What up, you guys? It's Valentine here, and welcome back to Let's Catch a Vibe. Now, I hope everyone's feeling great, amazing, feeling vibey. As you guys can tell by the title of the video, we're going to be reviewing episode 6. Can't do 6 on one hand, but anyway, we're going to be reviewing episode 6 of She-Hulk. Now, starting off by saying this episode was another chilled one. You know, a lot of people are going to call it filler, like the last one was, but I like this episode. Now, pretty much, it's a wedding episode, so pretty much we get Jen that tells us. I love the fact that they changed the titles and call it just Jen, attorney at law. This is so funny. Anyway, pretty much we get a episode that starts off with Jen being invited to her high school friend's wedding called Lulin. So pretty much she opens a box, you know how people are with over the top invitations and stuff like that. But I thought it was cute. Anyway, Jen gets invited to her friend's high school friend's wedding as a bridesmaid. So we get Jen obviously tell us that this is going to be this is going to be a wedding eccentric episode. You know, mid-season. You know, not what people are expecting, but weddings do happen out of the blue. So we get a bit of her talking to Nikki, and she's like, when do we ever get invited to be a bridesmaid? Would we say no? Why would you say no for? Because it's one of those things it's meant to be like, you're a maid of honor. So we do get a wedding. Well, we get the pre-wedding reception, I think. Anyway, it's just like a party where they're just going over stuff, basically. The wedding before the wedding kind of thing, where they have like, bridesmaids sitting there looking at the dress. They get socializing with everybody. So we do get Titania in here that does return, but first, we do get a bit of a, not necessarily court case, it's more of a sit-down. So, we get Nikki and I can't remember the lawyer's name from the last episode. Anyway, we pretty much get her and Nikki. They get involved in a very unusual case, but a very cool one at the same time. So, there's a gentleman called the Immortal. Obviously, emphasis on the name, dies, comes back. The same thing. Anyway, he's pretty much getting, he wants to get separated from these women that obviously he's lived lives with, but obviously when he gets bored, he just kills himself, walks into traffic, kills himself, and then just goes about his business. So, yeah, I think this was a bit of a social stigma on maybe how men act in relationships, or, once they've got what they want, they leave kind of stuff. It's a bit of a social thing, but some of it is true. Some of it is true, and some of it, I do agree with. But anyway, we get a bit of a side story with that, where Nikki's trying to sort that out and say, listen, you can't just keep going. You can't just keep. One of them had his baby. I think there's like 18 women or 8 women. Yeah, there's 8 women. One of them had his baby. One of them was with him for like 18 years. Like, being immortal has its perks. So pretty much we get like a bit of a side story. It's not more court case stuff. It's more like a sit down kind of, him trying to get himself out of it. So we have a bit of a scene where he's talking to Nikki and the lawyer, and Nikki and the lawyer like talking backwards and forwards, and whether he doesn't like confrontation, but he throws himself out the window, lands on a car, gets back up, he's fine. So they literally say, now we know how that works. So we move on to Jen at this wedding. So she appears at the wedding as She-Hulk. The friend's like, what are you doing? You're going to overshadow me as you come as She-Hulk. Please promise me you won't be She-Hulk on my wedding. Okay. So we get Jen-centric episode, i.e. just Jen, attorney at law. So she's at this wedding, she's chilling, she's, meeting people. And then we see Titania. So obviously Titania has come for She-Hulk. What it is. She literally has this thing where Titania believes she should have the power and stuff like that. I do like Titania the way they've done it though. I would have preferred the older one, but you probably couldn't have her in a scandalous costume like that, let's be honest. But they've always had this rivalry where Titania thinks she should have the powers of She-Hulk, and she's a bit jealous kind of thing. But yes, she says, why would I want to do that? I've just come to see the bride and groom. We do get a bit of a not side story. It's in the same story where we get Jen meet somebody called, which is really funny. They wanted her to have a groomsman, which was a dog. I'm sorry, but the dog looked ill. The dog looked like if it walked on its legs, it was going to fall over. I'm sorry, anybody that loved that dog. That dog looked very unwell. So that was pretty much Jonathan, which was the dog they were going to make her walk down, which I think was a bit of a shit move by the girls, making her walk down the aisle with a dog, like say she wasn't worthy of a man. I didn't like that. Anyway, We get Jen that meets somebody called Josh, which seems like a cool guy. He's interested in just her instead of She-Hulk. I think this one's generally interested in her, though, rather than She-Hulk. You know, we get a bit of a scene where she says, you know, I'm strong, stuff like that. You know, he's really into her. So, again, moving on, we get Titania. That pretty much sucker punches Jen when she goes outside to throw up. Get a bit of a cool fight scene, you know. Again, it's very brief because Titania ain't got the strength of She-Hulk. She can only take a few punches. And really funny that her veneers end up getting stretched, so she looks like she has piano teeth. But yeah, overall, you know, obviously Jen goes She-Hulk. Her friend comes in and we're like, oh shit. She's like, I'm sorry, I promised. And she's like, what? She-Hulk got my wedding rehearsal. I'm such a big fan. Obviously, she's at her tits, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, overall, I like this episode. I liked it. It was cool. Like, we do get a bit of a reference earlier in the episode to Nikki wanting Jen to go in her superhero outfit. She's like, when am I ever going to use it? Obviously, we're probably going to see her use it because if you guys saw the clip, she's wearing it when she finally meets Daredevil. So, I'm liking this. I really am liking this. I know has this got 9 episodes? Yeah, this has got 9 episodes. It's pretty much the same length as WandaVision was. So, we got another 7, 8, 9. We got another 3 episodes to play with her getting her costume and stuff. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Again, 4 wolf breaks from Jen, saying, you know, this is like a wedding-centric episode. There is no cameos in this, from what I've seen. We do get a bit of it. They've stopped putting the funny scenes at the end. They've started putting them at the end of the episode now, rather than the end credits or mid-credits. Pardon me, guys. My nose is just... blistering rain outside, and I've got a... my hay fever started acting up. Anyway, we get this episode where we see this lab at the end, this cool scene where we see this lab, and it's got a radioactive symbol on the back, but it's got needles, so obviously somebody's still trying to get Jen's blood. Now, I thought it'd be a really cool idea to have the leader in here. Obviously, the leader's been confirmed for, what was the leader confirmed for recently? Captain America 4, the leader was confirmed for. But it'd be really cool, because obviously if you guys watch the animated series, the leader was always trying to get the Hulk's powers, even though he was blasted with infinite intelligence kind of thing. But yeah, overall, again, I'm going to cut this because literally that's all it was for the episode. A lot of people are going to call it filler. I liked it. I didn't mind it. I'm liking this a bit more than some of the Disney Plus shows because it's got a bit more of a push. At least we saw her get her powers and origin story in the first episode. It wasn't like Kamala Khan where it stretched out to like episode freaking 7. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash the like button. If you didn't like the episode, let me know in the comments down below. Again, be respectful. This is going to be counted as a spoiler episode, a spoiler video, but if people haven't seen it, be respectful. There's nothing really to spoil, like I said. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and join Team Let's Catch a Vibe. Also, if you are new, please don't forget to switch on the bell notifications to get notified as soon as I upload. But more importantly, don't forget to stay vibey, She-Hulk smash. Peace. Cheers.